Marquette City Commission elects a new mayor, and a relocated wolf dies on Isle Royal.
Later, Caleb Rydell will have our up-to-date forecast, and Grant Lucas will be back with sports. I am Ross Ray.
And I'm Grant Lucas, and this is Public Eye News. The Marquette City Commission has sworn in its new members on Monday night. Jen Hill was sworn in and is taking the place of Commissioner Mike Prelude. Jenna Smith was appointed to the commission at the end of 2017. Commissioner Fred Stonehouse is now officially Mayor Stonehouse after winning the mayor race 4-3. Commissioner Sarah Reynolds was elected to Mayor Pro Tem in a 4-3 vote on the third ballot. The commission has scheduled a meeting to take place around the beginning of 2019. A wolf that was transported to the Isle Royal has died, according to the National Park Service this morning. The National Park Service, or NPS, has said that there was no outward indication of what caused the death. The wolf has been sent to the Madison, Wisconsin for an autopsy, and the results are expected in December. There are now only 5 wolves located on the Isle, but the NPS hopes to increase that number to 30 in a 5-year plan.
New signs were recently installed on the North Country National Scenic Trail. The trail is a long 4,600 miles from New York to North Dakota and runs to the UP. Though surprisingly, most people don't know that the famous trail passes through areas like Tequanimous Falls State Park or along the Lake Superior shoreline until now. Lorna Jinkerson, president of the North Country Trail Hikers, decided to install 5 trail signs sporting details of the UP stops as well as showing the Michigan segment of the trail. The Marquette 4th of July Planning Committee is looking for volunteers to help plan next year's food festival, parade, and fireworks demonstration. Their holiday planning meeting takes place tomorrow, November 14th at the Ampersand Co-working Space in the Masonic Center from noon to 1 p.m. During the meeting, the committee will discuss next year's budget and fundraising strategies for the remaining $5,000 they still have to raise for next year's show and the $30,000 they need for the 2020 show. Everyone is invited to the attend planning committee meetings. To find out more about the committee, and including future meeting dates, visit marquettefireworks.com.
Amazon has decided to open a second headquarters in New York and North Virginia. Both hubs will get around 25,000 jobs, and Amazon hopes to open an operations hub in Nashville, which will create 5,000 more jobs. The decision to split the headquarters comes after competition from many U.S. cities to get Amazon in their location. Amazon has chosen 2 waterfront properties to give them a chance to grow and expand. CNN is suing Donald Trump and his administration to return Jim Acosta's credentials to cover the White House. CNN is claiming Acosta's rights were violated under the freedom of the press listed in the Constitution. The administration stripped Acosta of his press pass after he refused to give up his mic after being asked to move on. The White House Correspondents Group has backed the lawsuit filed in the Washington, D.C. court system. And after the break, we'll be back with your national and international news. Stay tuned.
On We'll Meet Again.
Everybody heard this thunk in the side of the helicopter. We know we were going down.
You thought that was it?
I thought I was going to either be killed or captured.
After the Vietnam War, a search to reunite people who changed each other's lives.
Clearly, what he did, his actions, affected the course of your life.
I want to thank him. I want to give him a hug.
What do you want to say to him?
Our family exists today because he saved my life.
Tonight at 8 and tomorrow at 1 p.m. on Public TV 13.
And welcome back. 85-year-old Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg will not join her colleagues this morning when the court took bench due to her steady recovery from a fall last week that shattered 3 of her ribs. She fell in her office at the court last Wednesday and experienced discomfort later that night. She later went to George Washington University Hospital in Washington on Thursday, being released a day after. The court did not hear any arguments this morning without Ginsburg, but the bench briefly took for other routine business. The deadliest wildfire in California has ever experienced is still threatening more than 15,000 homes, businesses, and other buildings north of Sacramento. The so-called Camp Fire is now blamed for at least 42 deaths. In Southern California, the Woolsey Fire is now 30% contained, but firefighters say the threat is far from over. Chris Martinez reports from Calabasas, California.
Coroner search teams are picking through the burnt-out rubble in Northern California looking for victims. With more than 200 people still missing, the death toll is expected to rise.
We've got so many people missing of our neighbors. Our neighbors are gone.
Crews are using power tools and cadaver dogs in the hardest hit areas.
I want to recover as many remains as we possibly can, as soon as we possibly can, because I understand the toll that it takes on people.
The Camp Fire has burned at least 125,000 acres and destroyed more than 7,000 structures. It's one of 3 major wildfires burning in the state. Here in Southern California, in neighborhoods where the Woolsey Fire has already hit, some evacuation orders remain in place. Officials worry the gusty Santa Ana winds could kickstart the flames. West of Los Angeles, the wildfire has already destroyed more than 400 buildings and burned an area bigger than Detroit. Paul Rasmussen's home is still standing thanks to his neighbors.
They came over here with water buckets and put out fires, and just very, very grateful to them.
And even with the fire still burning, a sign of progress in Malibu. Utility crews have begun repairing damaged power lines. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Calabasas, California.
Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel, has passed away at 95 years old. Stan Lee revolutionized the comic industry and has made millions of dollars for Hollywood. Lee was declared dead at the Cedars-Sinai Hospital on Monday night. Lee was helping make projects like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Daredevil up until his death. Many people mourned the death of Stan Lee on Twitter last night, with many saying there won't be another person like him in any industry again. Stan Lee is survived by his daughter and younger brother. Police in Wisconsin are investigating a prom photo that led to growing international outrage. The photo appears to show more than 30 male high school students making a Nazi salute. This image was posted to Twitter Sunday night and quickly spread. Adriana Diaz reports from Baraboo, Wisconsin, near Madison.
As soon as I heard the photographer say, "Raise your hand," I knew what was going to happen.
What happened, according to Baraboo High School senior Jordan Blue, was captured in this photo, appearing to show several of his classmates making a Nazi salute. Blue refused to participate.
What did the photographer say?
I just remember he said, raise your hand.
Did he say anything to make it clear that it was raise your hand in this way, as this Nazi symbol?
He did not say raise your hand in a Nazi symbol way, and I'm pretty sure my classmates just interpreted as raise your hand, let's do this as a joke.
Do you think the other kids know what that symbol represented?
I think they did. It did not represent my morals, and I could not do something that I didn't believe in.
The photo surfaced Sunday in a now-deleted tweet reading, "We even got the black kid to throw it up." At least one student is seen making the OK gesture, which some associate with white supremacists.
I'd said to them, "Okay, boys, you're going to say goodbye to your parents, so wave."
The photographer, Peter Gus, defended the students in a local TV interview, saying the gestures are being taken out of context.
For society to now turn it around and blame these kids is absolutely wrong.
Baraboo school board members demanded action Monday night.
They seriously need to do some major apologizing when this is settled, and they need to be educated.
The Anti-Defamation League, which tracks anti-Semitic behavior, found the number of anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. last year rose nearly 60% compared to 2016, the largest single-year increase on record.
Are students regretful?
I think so. Some of these people have bright futures ahead of them, so why'd they do it?
Blue says while the photo was being taken, at least one parent yelled at the students to stop. The school district has condemned the apparent gesture and says it's investigating. And the Auschwitz Memorial in Poland tweeted about the photo, warning of the dangers of hateful ideology. Adriana Diaz, CBS News, Baraboo, Wisconsin.
And after the break, we'll be back with your weather and sports. Stay tuned.
I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 sharp.
Why?
I'm going to need an assistant. You fit the bill. Molly Cooper's new job
We're a bit short-handed. Apparently there's a war on.
Can't say I noticed.
isn't for the faint of heart.
Corpse can tell you a lot if you know how to listen.
And her first case
I want to be at every crime scene, every autopsy, every trial.
could be her last.
Can anyone hear me?
Murder on the Home Front.
Coming Sunday, December 9th at 9 p.m.
Welcome back. I'm Caleb Rydell, going to be taking you through your weather for today. As you can see behind me on the NMU campus, we got a couple of NMU students headed to class. We got snow on the ground, and it looks like that is not going to go away anytime soon as we are heading into winter. Taking a look at our current conditions, we are looking at cloudy out there with a temperature of 20 degrees and winds out of the west-northwest at 11 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is 30.35 inches and falling. Taking a look tonight, we're going to see partly cloudy out there with a low of 17 degrees and winds out of the west at 12 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we're looking at mostly cloudy out there with a high of 30 degrees and winds out of the southwest at 10 miles per hour. Taking a look across the UP, we are going to see a whole lot of clouds out there and just a little bit of snow. So we're going to start up in Sault Ste. Marie with 19 degrees, 21 in Manistique, 21 in Escanaba, and will you look at that, 21 down in Menominee as well. Taking a look at the western half of the UP, we're going to see 19 in Iron Mountain, 19 in Ironwood, up at the Keweenaw in Houghton with 18, and back here in Marquette to 20 degrees. Let's take a look at your week ahead. Now on Thursday, we are looking at a high of 37 degrees and a low of 29 with mostly cloudy out there. Friday, a high of 37 and a low of 26 with some clouds. And we're going to get some AM showers at Saturday with a high of 29 and a low of 16. Well, it's getting colder here at Grant, but I hear that our volleyball team got a warm reception this weekend.
That's right, they did. 2 Northern Michigan University volleyball players earned the All Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Award, or GLIAC, on Friday evening. Junior Sarah Kuhin made the All-GLIAC second team, sorry about that, and senior Maggie Liebeck earned an honorable mention. Kuhin had 276 kills this year and averaged 2.65 kills per set, while leading NMU with 107 blocks, finishing 5th in the conference. Liebeck tied Kuhin for second place and had 48 total blocks and 46 block assists. Northern Michigan University men's basketball senior player Isaiah Johnson scored 33 points against Lewis University, beating them 77-59 on Sunday. Johnson had scored 1,000 points in his career of playing basketball. Johnson entered the game needing only 4 points to hit his 1,000-point mark and is now the 32nd player in the program's history to achieve this mark. As a team, NMU shot 57% from the field in the first half and 60% from behind the arc. The Detroit Red Wings are taking on the Arizona Coyotes tonight at 7:30. The Coyotes are entering the game with an 8-8, and the Red Wings are entering the game with a 7-10 record. The Coyotes enter this game with a 4-1 road win against the Capitals, and the Red Wings enter with a 4-3 shootout win over the Hurricanes. The game is taking place in the Little Caesars Arena and can be watched or listened to live.
Well, that's pretty impressive. I wish I would watch more hockey. I used to, but that's pretty impressive, though.
I agree. Hockey is a very, very intense sport, and I can't wait to see how they do.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. We're big hockey fans up here in Northern, though, that's for sure.
That's right.
Well, that's all the time we have today's show. Tune in tomorrow for some more Public Eye News.
In studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.